So one can ask the question that Daksha is also a devotee of Lord Vishnu. Sacrifice he is doing for the pleasure of Lord only. Yajna by Vishnu. So why his heart is not changing? He should also understand other Vaishnava, and after doing so much of austerity, he was powerful and he is expert. Why he is offending another Vaishnava? Why he, and after means very well qualified, and he is able to do so much service for the Lord. Daksha is ultimately doing service for the Lord only. He's also a demigod in one way. Actually, more powerful than demigods also, because demigods are born from him, like that. All the Adityas are the demigods, and Adityas are going to be born from the daughter of Daksha, Aditi. That means he's more powerful than demigods also. He's the original creators. They're like mm, they're the directors of the universe, like we have in the company's directors. Prajapatis are like directors. So the reason that is given is when Arjuna asked Krishna in the 14th chapter how to overcome the mode. So Daksha is affected by mode of passion, and in mode of passion you are envious. And the way to come out of is mamcho avyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samatitaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Only when person does avyabhichari bhakti, that is when he can come out of this conditionings of the modes. So that's what Krishna gives answer. So here Daksha is doing mixed devotional service. When you do mixed devotional service, heart won't change like that. But if you do pure devotional service, heart will change. That is the main reason to understand why here Daksha, in spite of being such an elevated, exalted personality, still unfortunately uh, remained like that. Not only now, he will continue to remain in the uh, next life time also. That's how much he got conditioned. So here now he's saying that. So here another thing why a person becomes very cruel. Cruelty is also because the manifestation of envious nature. And nowadays, this cruelty is increasing so much in people, especially because of this social media and social, what do you call, social networks. And what happens is, see, when I am directly dealing with a person, I am little, if I hurt that person, I spoke some harshly. Like yesterday, I was telling, somebody told me about senior citizen. Just so I'm just joking that, but some other place, say if I spoke something to somebody and immediately I know that the person is hurt, and I understand that I am responsible for the pain I caused for that person, and immediately I want to apologize and I try to calm down. Now in case of social media, you make a comment on a person, but we are completely irresponsible what is happening to that person because of the comment, sometimes good, sometimes bad, and especially bad all. And like we have something called now roasting. Like somebody made some video or some movie or something, he worked very hard in me, and then there are people who roast it. That means they completely criticize it and how fault they are, what mistakes they did. And this is actually so harmful, their cruelty is increasing. This is another danger with social media. And they are not, they don't take any responsibility of that activity, which is much more dangerous. And all these things will damage their mind, their mentality. And at the end, the success of anybody's life is how much you are able to make your mind calm and composed, which cannot be done because of this social media, all the likes, dislikes, and all. Anyway, I just wanted to touch the point of cruelty. How much cruelty is increasing in the people nowadays? All these we should never make any judgment comments on other people if you don't know him. It is not actually correct. And all these likes, dislikes, and forwarding the messages of others who making fun of them, and that messages are forwarded in the groups. This is all actually cruelty, and this is Daksha mentality. He is also very cruel. He actually, what happens is, if a person, oh, he wanted to hide his weaknesses, then it is best is offense is best defense. So here Daksha has become offensive, and he want to be looked better than Lord Shiva. That was his weakness. That is one of the reason why Shiva could not go for apologies, because Daksha want to seem superior. Even though Shiva felt sorry for Daksha, and Daksha, he want to be number one, but Lord Vishnu and Brahma were already taking the position which he cannot surpass. So only person whom he can compete. There's nobody to compete for Daksha except for Lord Shiva in the creation. So he started competing with Lord Shiva only. So this is also another reason of mode of passion. Mode of passion means we want to always compete with somebody. But nobody was there. Daksha is superior to all the personalities there. Only one person remaining, Shiva. So there is no much option for Shiva. He's always feeling that envy. He's considering me as enemy. He's considering, like, how much ever Yudhishthir goes and apologizes to Duryodhana, Duryodhana is not going to change. Actually, when Krishna comes and tells Duryodhana, "Oh Duryodhana, you are doing wrong," Duryodhana, he asks Duryodhana, "Why are you behaving like this?" And Duryodhana very clearly tells, "Oh Krishna, I know what is right, I know what is wrong, but I don't want to do what is right. I want to do what I will do whatever I like only." So that means what? He is not going to change. No matter how much Yudhishthira apologizes, Duryodhana not going to change. This is very greatest danger. So the envy sticks like that. See, how it happened is just one word, whole Kurukshetra battle happened. Draupadi said that blind father has a blind son. When Duryodhana fell in Mayasabha, he fell into a small puddle of water, thinking it to be land, and he fell in that. And Draupadi says, blind son, a blind father has a blind son, and finish. Crores of people died. Means now Duryodhana already had some attachment to Draupadi. He had some, whatever, he desired to have Draupadi. And beautiful women, they don't know how much in dangerous situation they are, or they can keep others in such dangerous situation. And she just made that statement and finished. And Duryodhana could not forgive. Even if Draupadi asked forgiveness, there is no chance that Duryodhana will forgive, because he's so much into envy, and he insulted her in public in the Asat Sabha, and then the whole battle happened. So the point is, after some time, there is no cure. That person is going to, his only cure is he should be killed or punished very severely, like how Daksha got punished. Anyway, so here he's already started speaking, where Daksha, the last two verses, he started two, three things which he spoke about Shiva. We'll just say. So here Daksha says, before taking his seat, Daksha was very much offended to see Lord Shiva sitting and not showing him any respect. At that time, Daksha became greatly angry and his eyes glowing. He began to speak very strongly again. Tomorrow, Monday, I will explain some more points about what are the four reasons of this envy. We'll discuss in that, but we'll just try to cover some of the verses here. All the sages, Brahmanas, and fire god present, please hear me with attention, for I speak the manners of a gentle person. I do not speak out of ignorance of envy. He is attacking. He is wanted to prove that no, I am right, he is wrong. If he is sitting in front of me, it does not mean that he is superior to me. I am only superior. I will prove you. You see, this person, Shiva, has spoiled the name of and fame of the governors of the universe and has polluted the path of gentle manners. That's why he is not superior. Because don't think because he's sitting in front of me and not paying off obeisances does not prove that he is superior to me. I am only superior. Because he is shameless, he does not know how to act. That's why he's doing like this. And he has already accepted himself as my subordinate by marrying my daughter in the presence of fire and Brahmanas. So he is accepting me as subordinate. How can he be superior to me? He has married my daughter, who is equal to Gayatri, and has presented to be just like an honest man. But now see how he's behaving. This is what he has eyes like a monkey. So now he became very physically offensive also. Means he was just initially he was offending based on the character qualities. Now he went little more down. His eyes are like monkeys. Actually, Lord Shiva is very attractive. Yet he has married my daughter, whose eyes are just like a deer cub. Nevertheless, he did not stand up to receive me, nor did he think it fit to welcome me with sweet words. So this is also another. Brahma welcomed it with sweet words. And Lord Shiva would have also done. Maybe he might have done previously, but this time he was in trance. So Daksha could have understood, okay, he's in trance, okay, let it be. But Daksha did not take it that way. He really got offended. He said, how can he sit in trance? This is लुप्तक्रियया शुचये मानिने भिन्नसेतवे अनिच्छन्नपि अधं फालं शूद्राये ओषतीं गिरिम्. I have no desire to give my daughter to this person who has broken all rules of civility. Because of not observing the required rules and regulations, he is impure. But I am obliged to hand over my daughter to him just as one teaches the message of Vedas to a Shudra. So now he is going deeper and deeper in his offense. He is speaking such harsh words. There is no possibility for Daksha to come out. He went into so much of envy. And if Shiva goes and apologizes, Daksha will offend even more. It's like feeding milk to a poisonous snake. The venom only increases. So Shiva going to Daksha for apology is like that only. You are giving more opportunity for Daksha to offend, and Shiva thought, okay, better not to give him more opportunity. And now there is another controversy point is why Veda should not be given to a Shudra. We'll hear from Prabhupada. A Shudra is forbidden to take lessons from the Vedas because a Shudra, due to his unclean habit, is not worthy to hear such instructions. This restriction that unless one has acquired the Brahmanical qualification, one should not read the Vedic literature is like the restriction that a law student should not enter a law college unless he has been graduated from all lower grades. According to the estimation of Daksha, Shiva was unclean in habits and not worthy to hand the hands of his daughter, of his daughter, Sati, who was so enlightened, beautiful, and chaste. The word used in this connection is Binna Sedave, which refers to one who has broken all the regulations for good behavior by not following the Vedic principles. In other words, according to Daksha, the entire transaction of the marriage of his daughter with Shiva was not in order. See, whoever is hearing this, they are all going to pay for this. If you are not opposing, and many of them who want to favor Dakshars, they had some envy for Lord Shiva. They all got punished. That is actually what happens here. Like people, they either they did not object or they were happy that Daksha is insulting. Sometimes it happens. Like I have some problem with somebody, and third person went and did something to him. So then I am very happy. At least I could not do. I did not offend also. He offended. He insulted. And I am very happy inside. That is also an offense. If you have any this exercise is very important. If you have any malice for anyone, it's actually we have to pay for it. That is must. We cannot go. It will not go like that. And say I have some devotee did something wrong to me, and I'm very upset with him, but I don't want to do, and I didn't do anything. Somebody else went and did something to him. He chastised him or he blasphemed him or whatever he did. And now I came to know. Now inside I am very happy now. At least okay. My revenge is done. that is also an offense. We have to pay for that, and many of them they paid for that only. Whoever is that baga and all, they just showed their teeth. They lost their teeth, and some of them, many of them, they kept silent. They got punished. Who felt sorry, they are only saved. Like, oh, why did he do that? He should not have done like that. If you don't feel sorry, the Vaishnava is offended. That's why Acharyas, na, immediately as soon as they hear any blasphemy, they immediately give, no, no, no. This is actually not the meaning. The meaning is how Lord Shiva is special. Why they are writing? Because they are feeling bad. If the Shiva is spoken something, they are not able to tolerate, and that is actually what is the Vaishnava. We want to, we should not be envious. Oh, Daksha is telling to Lord Shiva, so what is there to do with me? No. Acharyas, they feel bad. No, no, no. Lord Shiva, I cannot hear anything bad about him. And that's why when Haridas Thakur was punished in 22 marketplaces, he said, oh, I offended, I heard blasphemy of Vaishnavas, that's why I'm getting punished. He didn't speak anything. He said, maybe somebody spoke bad about Vaishnavas, and I heard that that is an offense. That's why I'm getting punished. So even if we hear negative spoken about Vaishnavas, we have to pay for it. We should be very careful. That's why Pandit says, oh, no, 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 don't speak anything wrong about any Vaishnavas. I am not qualified to hear. That is very safe. So here, when when Daksha is blaspheming Shiva, some of them felt bad. So whoever felt bad, they were saved. Because after this, now Veerabhadra, Lord Shiva creates uh, the fiery demon. He comes and kills, Veerabhadra comes and kills all of the people who did not object when Shiva is offended. So many of them will die. And the followers of Daksha and all, everybody will get punished. So this is very, very important thing. And now one more very important thing what Prabhupada is telling about Shudras not given Vedic instructions, because point is now they will degrade themselves more. They will damage themselves and they will damage the society. And that's actually what is happening in the society now. When people are getting newer and newer technologies, the technology is actually damaging only. It is not benefiting them. You are getting luxury, but now because of all these things, people lost their peace of mind. They became very, very passionate. Then they end up in so much stress. 50, 60 years back, when there was no much internet and all, people were quite peaceful. But now everything is so fast, so much information, and which is not needed, and it is damaging the peace of mind. People don't know what to do now. They're so confused, and they end up in so very extreme type of activities, extreme sports where they hit each other very badly, and so many other things which we cannot even describe or discuss only. Why this type of damage? What do you call uh, gen generation? So this is the problem with the generation that is coming now. Everything is there, don't know what to do. And more knowledge is dangerous only. For Shudras also same thing. Why it is not given? Because not that it is Upanishad means Upanayana, Upanishad, Upanayana. This is all secret knowledge. Secret in the sense it should be that lifestyle should be changed to understand this knowledge. So here Daksha is telling, oh, he's like a Shudra I gave. I told previously also, it is a fight between passion and ignorance. Lord Shiva looks externally at least is in ignorance because the way he dresses and all these things, and he wanted to attract such living entities towards towards him so that he can give shelter. That's the reason he dresses himself like that. But he is not affected by mode of ignorance, and that is very sure. But Daksha could not understand that aspect. He only saw that Shudra part only, or the ignorant part. He didn't see that even though he is dressed up like ignorant and he stays in crematoriums, he dances like that. Everything Lord Shiva does, externally it seems, and that's why All these tamoguna people, they imitate also. They also take ganja, they also drink, and they also, all these weird things they do. Because Lord Shiva looks like he's in tamoguna and he's doing all these activities. No, because he's always meditating on the Supreme Lord. He's not affected by all these things. Say, if we are holding a skull in our hand, immediately our consciousness will change. What to speak of having a garland of skull and wearing in the neck? And if we take ash from a crematorium and put on our body, what will be our consciousness? Shiva is having, you know, crematorium ashes and many of such things. Lord Shiva, but he is completely transcendental to all these things. He is just attracting the living entities to give support. That's the job he is doing for the Supreme Lord. But Daksha, unfortunately, could not understand. He said, no, no, he is Shudra only. And then he says, प्रीतावासेषु घोरेषु प्रेतैर्भूतगणैर्वतः अत्य उन्मत्तवन्नग्नो यः हस्न असंरुद्धन् चिन्ताभस्माकृतस्नान प्रेतस्नान निष्टिभूषणा शिवापेदेशो हि अशिवो मत्तो मत्तजनप्रियः पतिः प्रमत्तनाथानां तमो मात्रात्मकात्मनाम्. No, same thing. He lives in filthy places like crematoriums, and his companions are the ghosts and demons, naked like a madman, sometimes laughing and sometimes crying. He smears crematorium ashes all over his body. He does not bathe regularly, and he ornaments his body with a garland of skulls and bones. Therefore, only in the name is he Shiva or auspicious. Actually, he is the most mad and inauspicious creature. Thus, he is very dear to crazy beings in the gross mode of ignorance and is their leader. So, this is actually his job to support all these living entities, because Vishnu cannot do. You need to have somebody doing. And if you have somebody doing it, you will get affected by it. If you are staying in crematoriums, you have come and you are putting ashes and having garlands of skulls and bones. So definitely the ignorance will affect. But Shiva cannot be affected, even though he is in such situations. So that is his greatness. He is doing like that because he wanted to attract ghosts, demons, give them some support. And Prabhupada writes that those who do not regularly bath are supposed to be in association with ghosts and crazy creatures. Lord Shiva appeared to be like that, but his name is Shiva, is actually fitting. For he is very kind to persons who are in darkness of mode of ignorance, such as unclean drunkards who do not regularly bathe. Lord Shiva is so kind that he gives shelter to such creatures and gradually elevate them to spiritual consciousness. See, this is his purpose. He gives shelter and gradually elevate them. Although it is very difficult to raise such creatures to spiritual understanding, Lord Shiva takes charge of them. This is his greatness. And therefore, as stated in the Vedas, Lord Shiva is all auspicious. This thus, by his association, even such fallen souls can be elevated. Sometimes it is seen that great personalities meet with fallen souls not for any personal interest, but for the benefit of those souls. So, like Prabhupada went and met hippies. For what? To elevate them. And Prabhupada could do, like Lord Shiva elevating all these ghosts and hobgoblins who don't take bath, who are all having bad habits. Prabhupada did. In the creation of Lord, there are different kinds of living creatures. Some of them in mode of goodness, some are in mode of passion, some are. Lord Vishnu takes charge of persons who are advanced in Krishna conscious Vaishnavas. Lord Brahma takes charge of persons who are very much attached to material activities. And Lord Shiva is so kind that he takes charge of persons who are in gross ignorance, whose behavior is lower than that of animals. Therefore, Shiva is especially called auspicious. So this is why is very, very special. So Prabhupada is very clearly explaining this point that creation to support Lord, anybody can take Brahma's position is quite easier than compared to Lord Shiva. Brahma is only creator and such people are there, passionate people, and Brahma takes care of them. But to take care of the living entity's ignorance, you need to have a person who is not affected by ignorance. Brahma gets affected by passion, and that's not much problem. But for Tamoguna is more dangerous. He should not get affected. So Lord Shiva does that job. So he takes charge of the department without getting affected by it. And to take charge of the department, you need to show to the people who are under you that I am also like you. Otherwise, if you are very sattvic, they will not like to come near you. You should be tamasic only. Like if you go to hotels, if you want to attract that type of crowd or your customers, the ambience is according to the ambience the customers come. If there is a club or any other uh, nightclubs, dancing and other things are there, then you cannot have very serene environment. Nobody will like to come to that place. You should have some very flashy lights and so many other things. I don't know, I never went, but we can understand, like in movies and all, we might have seen that how very dark and the smoke and the what do you the perfumes should be like that, the music should be like that, then you attract that type of people. So because the taste is like that, they'll come there only. If you are keeping a very serene environment, then the family people will come. He will come with his wife and children because they're family people. They want to be little sattvic or even little passion is also okay. So Lord Shiva cannot have ambience around him very sattvic because he will not attract such people. So he has to arrange in such a way that these people come here. And so he is doing that service, but unfortunately, not everybody can understand. That is the problem. And we'll take the Tasman Unmada Nathaya Nashta Sauchaya Dur Hirde Datta Batamaya Sadvi Chodite Pramateshina. On the request of Lord Brahma, I handed over my chaste daughter to him, although he is devoid of all cleanness and his heart is filled with nasty things. It is a duty of parents to hand over their daughter to suitable persons just befitting their family tradition in cleanliness, gentle behavior, wealth, social position, etc. Daksha was repentant that on the request of Brahma, who was his father, he had handed over his daughter to a person who, according to his calculation, was nasty. He was so angry that he did not acknowledge that the request was from his father. Instead, he referred to Brahma as Parameshti, the supreme teacher in the universe. Because of his temperament of gross anger, he was not even prepared to accept Brahma as his father. In other words, he accused even Brahma of being less intelligent because he has advised Daksha to hand over his beautiful daughter to such a nasty fellow. In anger, one forgets everything, and thus Daksha is angry. In anger, not only accused the great Lord Shiva, but criticized his own father, Lord Brahma, for his not very astute advice, astute advice that Daksha hand over his daughter to Lord Shiva. So we will discuss on this verse more detailed in our next session. So thank you all very much. Any questions, comments? Yes, Broji. Bir Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Dhammapada. Prabhu, Lord Shiva is a great Vaishnava, Vaishnava Sambhu. So, Prabhu, Lord Shiva's followers, those who are called Saivites, in due course of time, they become Vaishnava or how it is, Prabhu?
Oh, it depends, bro, how they are worshipping. Some people who are there are different categories who worship Lord Shiva. Some people just come for material benefits, they just remain materialistic like that only. Some people want to become like Shiva, Soham, Soham, like they want to, the impersonalists, they think that we ultimately, Shiva is an impersonal, impersonal, and we also have to become one with him. So these people, they are one categories, and another category is just they worship and try to imitate Shiva. They become Pashandis, like what here Bhrigu is going to curse. So the people who worship Shiva like that to become Shiva or some things like that, and imitating Shiva, they are all going to become Pashandis. They lose faith in the Vedas only ultimately. And some people like who are the followers of Shankaracharya and all, they also end up in not a very good condition because they are also offenders of Lord, Supreme Lord. So there are
But bro,
different categories. How they are approaching, they will get benefited.
right. But bro, they don't know that Lord Shiva is a great Vaishnava and he's following
No,
Lord
no, no.
Vishnu.
They don't understand that. If you say that, they will get offended with you.
Right. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Sita Kant Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanaspanam. Prabhuji, how do we practice Udasina Madhyastha Dvesha Bandhushu? Like to be neutral, like with the enemies or the friends, we have to maintain neutral. So how do we practice Prabhuji?
Oh, we have to properly hear from the Shastras and understand what is happening to me is by the mercy of Lord only. So nobody is my enemy, nobody is favorable or unfavorable. It is my own thing that Lord is giving through these people. So one is that thing, because what we have, the tendency is that whatever happens to me, bad things, especially good things, we take credit, bad things we attribute to somebody because of him, it is happening because of him. We should know, no, nobody is actually responsible. We are only responsible. Somebody comes and does something wrong, also, ultimately, it is my own karma coming. So, where is the question of becoming offensive towards somebody? And in that way, we can be neutral. And I'm sorry because I am also not completely neutral, so I cannot make any statement. But I'm practicing, and better is like no, we avoid some people whom we feel a little offended or anything. Keep distance from them. Slowly, slowly, that will go away. If you are again and again in the same company, and keep on getting, don't get exploited by somebody again and again. You should keep distance from some people. If you feel that I'm getting exploited or is troubling me or something, we should keep distance from that situation, environment, and persons also, so that we keep. Now, then if you are keeping distance, like I give this suggestion, some brahmacharis have problem in temple. I said, okay, go to some other place and stay. If you stay here, you keep on offending, and you'll only lose your bhakti instead of making progress.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, we may not follow that generally. I mean, so whatever that I mean, whatever the distress comes because of our bad karma only, Prabhuji.
Yeah, yeah, 100% is our karma only. Why somebody, how it will come otherwise? Our karma means Krishna is giving for us, no? That's what we have to accept.
Because I mean, I'm sorry to say this and for hearing this also. Like in one brahmachari ashram, it happened that one devotee, he was constantly beating Papa, one junior devotee, manhandling and is manhandling, abusing. Is frequently, maybe very frequently is doing. Papa, he
Yeah.
also tolerated for many months and then finally left that place. So when we see this, he's a dedicated his life and he's doing seva to the Lord. He's an educated person, but the other person is also in the moment for many years, and like so. If we see now, probably I don't know what karma acts or what exactly. Sometimes he will confuse it.
Oh, the person who is getting manhandled, he should talk to the authorities. If they are not listening, then he should change his ashram. He should not get exploited like that. If somebody bet me, I should immediately take action against it. And if no response is coming, then it is better that you leave the place and go to some other place, practice peacefully. Because ultimately, why I should be attached to the place? I am brahmachari means I should not be attached to the place, right? I am coming to gain knowledge and I am coming to get service, opportunity to serve. So anywhere we get opportunity to serve and get knowledge. So that's the place where we should go and stay. And
Correct,
that's
Prabhuji. Papa, he also did same thing. But when I heard this, I felt very bad, Papa. I mean, then I also confused. But what is this? Because of karma, devotees are suffering like this, or it's beyond karma when devotees deal each other, right? Something like that I'm getting confused. Right? So when the
we
two
are
devotees meet, there is no question of karma, Prabhuji.
no, it is there because the swabhava is there of the person, so they are affected by the modes. They act in modes, and they are also given intelligence by the Lord, and we suffer because of our attachments only. Say, if somebody is troubling me, if I am in ignorance, I keep on stay. If I am affected by ignorance, I continue to stay there and get troubled by him. But if I am little intelligent, then I will come out of it. So my own conditioning is like, say, somebody is abusing me all the time, saying some bad words. Now, instead of taking karma, my own bad thing, I am getting my own bad thing, I am getting. I can also come out of that situation. I say, okay, now why I should stay here? I can stay in some other place and do better service. So if I am continuing like that, then that is my weakness actually. We cannot say, but for devotees no karma, but there is a weakness in them. So that weakness is causing them go through that suffering. So they have to come out of the weakness if they don't want to get exploited or troubled like that. So it is the fault of the person who is getting beating also in one level, because why he is staying there.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
Should come out of the situation. Now you know that you are not handled properly. You can come out of that situation. Why he is staying there? That means he has some problem. He has some wrong in his understanding.
Yes, Prabhuji. So immediately, I mean, he should take a, like, he should not stay there and immediately can move to some other place. He should protect himself, like as you said. It should
Yes.
not be, it's my karma, my karma. That's not also, it's a kind of ignorance. So
Yes. You don't have proper understanding.
fine, Prabhuji. Fine. That,
And
thanks.
of the person who bet, he is going to be very severely getting reaction for it. That is for sure.
And I
But
heard Prabhuji, I mean, the same devotee is telling he got paralysis. He not only beat one devotee, he beat multiple devotees. He got paralysis actually. He suffered from that.
yeah,
Yeah.
we sympathize. We are not,
Yes.
we don't want him to get troubled like that. But we
Okay.
understand it is conditioning and he's suffering from it. We sympathize and we feel sorry for him also, both people, because both are suffering in one way. The person who is
Yes, Prabhuji.
waiting also is also suffering because he's suffering because of his mode of ignorance and passion.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. And sometimes it happens in the vice versa cases that, they take some devotee has done something wrong. Okay, situation it happened, they can forgive and or they can forget about that. But they take it very personally and they develop kind of enmity and all. So that enmity is coming because of the previous any balance flow in past life. These devotees are some karma
Our
values. That's why
conditioning, that is bad conditioning we have. Actually, that's what I was telling. Even that devotee getting paralysis also, no, we should not feel we should not feel joyful. We should say, okay, because ultimately he's a devotee, so we should feel like here, even though that's what I told. Now, some third person did wrong also, but still I should not be happy that, oh, he's getting troubled. I should not have any enmity because we should not hate the sinner. We should hate the sin only. So the tendency we should feel, oh, he is suffering. We should feel sympathetic. Oh, he's suffering. He did wrong and he's suffering now. And that's why we should not tell the name of the devotees and tell he did like this, he did like this. We should never advertise about the wrong things of devotees. That is very dangerous for us because that shows we are envious of the devotees.
so
We
Acha, to show this also enemy Prabhuji and some devotees coming now.
now you didn't tell the name. So if you tell the name and doing, then it is then you will get reaction for it. Now you
Oh my
just
God.
tell the case study. If you tell the name, then you are going to get punishment.
Oh, like that, Prabhuji. You should not tell names also.
Tell name because why it is not needed. Now you told the case study, we understood. If you are telling the name, that means you are personally blaspheming. We should never take the names. If it is very much needed, he is connected to you or you are connected to somebody who is there is connection, then only we should take. Otherwise, no names. We should not forward the messages and discuss on these things. Everything
Okay,
will have
to protect our well-wishers and friends,
no need
suppose
of name.
this devotee is doing.
That's what connected to you. If you know that this person is cheater, he takes money in the name of land and all and does some business and cheats devotees, then you have to warn him that okay, keep distance from him, he's cheater. Otherwise, no need of taking name. Not correct.
Okay, and in the second case also, we should not develop enmity. I mean, it becomes what I observed in the project. Okay, others may be doing wrong by repeatedly saying their kind of enmity is developing unknowingly. I observed in some devotees. Okay,
Yeah.
some third person did some third devotee did something wrong. Okay, that's fine, I understand. But the second devotee, he keeps on repeating, maybe to friends and all. He's developing kind of enmity from. So over the period of time, it's his all heart also become contaminated.
Yeah, that's the reason. We don't need anything bad about others. We should not hear. If he's not connected to us, if he's not in our community, no need. It's very dangerous.
Okay, Prabhuji. Okay, Prabhuji. Fine, fine. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Prema Latika Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhuji, do you have time or you are running out of time? If you
Yeah,
are over there.
we can
Okay.
take.
Okay, Prabhuji, at the starting of the class, you mentioned about mixed devotion. So I'm in Krishna consciousness since last 10 years. And Prabhuji, sometimes in case due to my attachment to my son, or like my son, his horoscope was showing something very dangerous. And the astrologer, my family went to astrologer and they told me that you have to worship Lord Shiva. So at one time I said, why should I worship? We have Jagannath ji at our place. Then I said, okay, it's okay. Shiva is the greatest Vaishnava. In the mood that I am asking something from a Vaishnava, help from a Vaishnava, should I continue this worship? I mean, I'm not separately doing observing fast and all that, but every day I'm offering obeisances, offering bel patra to Lord Shiva. Is that okay, Prabhuji? In the mood of seeking help from Lord Shiva, because I'm fearful, I'm a mother. So it's okay, Prabhuji.
Yeah, for your son you do. For yourself, don't do. Then that
Um,
if
okay.
it is because for your son, his astrologer told for his health and other reasons, you
Hmm.
tell Lord Shiva, please protect my son. And for your personal need, you need not do it. Means you want something from Shiva, you say, I only want to be a devotee. Because your son is not practicing pure devotional principles and all. For him, no problem.
Okay. Okay, Prabhuji. Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you very much. Thank you,
Yeah,
Prabhuji.
next. Beer Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, just one clarification, Prabhu. Prabhu, this statement that Shudra is forbidden to take lessons from Vedas. So, Prabhu, if this statement is absolute principle, then first question is why did Prabhupada went to West, and if he went to just follow the instruction of his guru, that is Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he also know this principle. Then why he requested Prabhupada to go there?
Go where?
Uh, to West for preaching, Prabhu.
Oh, for bhakti, anybody is eligible, bro.
Uh,
Bhakti is anybody eligible. Vedas are not given.
uh, uh,
So there is a difference. Like you are telling anybody can try to become a devotee of Krishna. That's not wrong. But you cannot give, say, like there is nuclear technology. You cannot give the nuclear weapon technology to everybody and anybody. You have to give that to a very qualified countries only. Otherwise, it will be misused. But bhakti you can give to anybody, even militants also you can give bhakti because it will only purify them. But if you give them weapon technology, knowledge of weapons, is it safe to give to them? No. If you give any such knowledge, some medical knowledge also, they will only work on misusing it. Bhakti is such thing, anybody can take and get purified, but not all technologies. If medicine comes, na, instead of using that medicine to make good things, they'll use to make poison. If you give military knowledge, they will only make weapons to destroy. If you give any knowledge to people, Always chance of misusing. But when it comes to bhakti, they'll only get purified. They cannot misuse. So that's the difference.
But true essence of all Vedic knowledge is through bhakti only. If we say that way, from that angle, we
Ah,
see.
but the tendency is not, Prabhu, when you get knowledge, now what is happening? Everybody is getting knowledge. They don't become devotees. So many Vedic knowledge people, they were having Vedic knowledge in previous times. Not everybody is devotee, na? They are doing so many dharma, artha, kam, moksha. Why they are doing? They are all studying Vedic knowledge only. But why they are doing dharma, artha, kam, moksha? Because they don't
Right.
understand. That is the point. Because they cannot understand that this is the essence. Even Vyasdev, after writing so much, he was also very despondent. And Narada Muni comes and says, "Right, why you are writing all these books? Just write Bhagavatam," because they cannot understand. That is the point.
Right. Right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you all.